Hi, and welcome to a video on multi-component reading interventions for struggling primary grade readers. In this video, I will briefly talk about how students learn to read and comprehend information from text. I will highlight areas that can lead to poor comprehension and then briefly describe what a multi-component reading intervention is and what research supports its use. So the first question we're going to look at is what reading-related skills are essential to comprehend written text. And here, by comprehension, I mean where an individual engages in a process of extracting and constructing meaning while actively engaging with the text. So, according to a prominent reading theory called the simple view of reading, for individuals to read and comprehend grade-level text, they need to be skilled in two domains. The first is decoding, and the other is linguistic comprehension. Decoding skill encompasses knowledge of the alphabetic principle that refers to understanding that sounds in a spoken language are represented by letters in a written text. So for example, if you look at the word map on a page, you would know that the letter M makes the sound and the letter P makes the sound P. So that's where you connect your knowledge of sounds to knowledge of the letters on the text. The next is phonological awareness, where individuals demonstrate the ability to hear and distinguish sounds in a spoken language. So if you hear the word map, or if I say p, you would be able to blend these three sounds together to know that the word I'm referring to is map. And then students also need the ability to decode text to be able to read unknown words by making the letter sound association. And finally, there are several words in the English language that do not follow certain rules, and students need to have sight word recognition of these words that regularly occur in text. The next set of skills students need is referred to as linguistic comprehension. And linguistic comprehension refers to students' vocabulary knowledge on a topic, their background knowledge and what they know about the topic they're reading, the ability to make inferences within text, and connecting the knowledge of the text to their own prior knowledge to make the connection of what they're reading. And finally, students may also need knowledge of grammatical structures and syntactic knowledge. While you can see how the lack of decoding abilities can lead to impaired reading comprehension. So for example, if you can't read any of these words, you would not know what the text is referring to. Similarly, lacking linguistic comprehension can lead to comprehension failure. So here's an example. So as you read the sentence, you may be able to decode each of these words independently, but if you lack the background knowledge of this medical field, lack the vocabulary knowledge of what some of these words mean, you will not be able to comprehend the text, and thus we may fail to completely comprehend the meaning of this sentence. So past studies that have looked at areas students struggle in when they're unable to read and comprehend grade level text generally shows that this population of struggling readers or students identified with learning difficulties such as dyslexia or other word reading disabilities generally are a very heterogeneous population. And what that means is that some students may have deficits in the area where they're unable to read the text, but they can understand or they can orally comprehend the text. Some students may be able to read the text proficiently, but they lack the vocabulary skills or the background knowledge on the topic, or lack a comprehension monitoring skills to keep on task, and thus leads to their comprehension failure. And so what multi-component reading interventions do is that they provide instruction, supplemental instruction to students in all domains necessary for them to comprehend the text. So a typical multi-component reading intervention may have students engage in systematic decoding instructions such as phonics, decoding multisyllabic words, understanding morphological context such as prefix and suffixes, engage in improving the fluency of the text so they can read the text with more automaticity. the intervention would also provide instruction in building students' vocabulary knowledge of grade level words, and then reading and understanding grade level text. And so multi-component reading interventions have been shown to be effective for multiple reasons. One of them is that it aligns with reading theory, which states that students need multiple skills in different reading domains to comprehend the text. The second is that given the diversity of students who struggle to read in terms of their reading skills, multi-component reading interventions target all areas of reading and thus support reading growth in all students. And there have been several studies that support the effectiveness of this approach. Thank you for your time, and we hope that you are able to download and use our lesson plans on our website, and we welcome any feedback you may have to help us improve our lessons.